In what ways has the pandemic
Heidi.
experience changed the government's policy and focus in this area?
This pandemic certainly has amplified the need and requirements to really support and continue to support green industries. China has been very consistent in its investment in renewable energy, representing close to a third of the capacity for renewable energy in the world. It intends to continue to grow with close to 30 gigawatts of wind and 30 gigawatts of solar planned for this year, which will be close to 10% additional capacity for renewable. It's increased its funding for the state grid even after post-COVID-19 back in April, and increased 10% of its budget to the state grid, showing its continued commitment in this space. Now, similarly, I think that it's been clear that sanitation, hygiene, waste treatment, recycling is as critical now because of the health and the health conditions that really create challenges. So what the government has done, and really reinforcing what has already continued to be the funding and financing that's available, is to focus on really building out additional advanced treatment systems, not only for municipal waste, which is now in excess of 230 million tons per year, but also industrial toxic waste in terms of treatment and as well as recycling. This represents a growth of close to between 7% to 11%, depending on whether you're focusing on industrial waste, which is growing at faster pace, or just municipal waste, which is at the 7% plus. So we see this as a huge opportunity because of the financing and the policies that are now enforcing the compliance.
So tell us a little bit, we continue to see this huge change in demographics in China, not to mention this urbanization move, dense cities becoming even denser. What does that mean in terms of how the growing middle class is affecting these ESG trends? Yes,
we've seen continued increase in urbanization, now close to 60%, in some statistics over 60% increasing year over year, 1 to 2% per year. The middle class, of course, is growing from 400 million to close to 700 million is the anticipated number over the next 5 to 10 years. This increases consumerism and the consumption of environment resources, which of course includes energy, water, and also impact in terms of increasing the amount of waste. And so what we're seeing is that the government has to focus on really being very, very vigilant in managing waste as well as resource consumption.
Priscilla, so we're just running short of time, but I'm wondering, as an investor, particularly as a global investor, how do you get exposure to these opportunities?
So we see this trend with, especially in China, where government has given commitment and provides financing as well as policies to continue to increase the compliance and enforcement. That creates opportunities for companies that are leading in this space and providing system solutions and services. So those companies that are leading in these areas for what we call green industries are really the ones that are growing significantly year over year. So those are opportunities for investments.